This week in Jamaica Now, Tommy Lee detained again. A judge orders the police to charge him by Tuesday or release him. Final case management hearing for Vybz Kartel. Twitter side, Andrew Holness trolls Peter Phillips after social media backfire. Controversy deepens over the resignation of the election's boss, while the PNP and the civil society group are concerned. More Jamaican women taking up jobs in Canada, and Olympian Karen Stewart hanging up her spikes. I'm Damian Mitchell, and this is Jamaica Now. A parish judge has given the police until Tuesday, May 29, to charge dancehall entertainer Tommy Lee or release him from police custody. Parish Judge Sandra Wong Small made the order after the entertainer's attorneys Tom Tavares Finson and Donahue Martin made a habeas corpus application on his behalf in the St. James Parish Court this week. Tommy Lee was arrested in St. Andrew on Sunday morning and later transported to Montego Bay, St. James. The police, who have described Tommy Lee as a serious gangster, have been holding him in St. James under the powers of the state of emergency. But attorney Ernest Smith has taken issue with this because he says Tommy Lee has been living in Kingston for almost 5 years now. In the meantime, Tommy Lee's management says he has lost more than $20 million in earnings over the past 3 years because police investigators have been forcing promoters in Western Jamaica to remove him from their events. In the past, the police have detained Tommy Lee on several occasions but released him without charge. Lawyers representing dancehall artist Vybz Kartel were in court this week for the final case management hearing in the appeal filed by their client. The appeal is set for 3 weeks starting on July 9. Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, fellow entertainer Sean Storm, and co-convicts Kyra Jones and Andre St. John have been in prison since 2014 for the 2011 murder of Clive Lizard Williams. Kartel's lawyers have taken issue with the conviction on several grounds, among them the action of the judge after it was reported that a juror had tried to bribe his colleagues. There were more reactions this week to last week's revelation by resigned elections director Art Fisher that he felt intimidated by a politically appointed member of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica. Fisher's accounts are contained in the resignation letter he released to the media last week. He released the document after the Commission published a statement saying it was never aware about any incident of political interference in the operations of the Electoral Office of Jamaica. Since the release of the letter, PNP members Julian Robinson and Wentworth Skeffrey have withdrawn their support for the statement issued by the Commission. The PNP-appointed commissioners said they were never previously made aware of the issues raised by the resigned elections boss. More and more Jamaican women are heading to Canada for job opportunities in several fields. Figures provided by the Canadian High Commission in Jamaica indicate a yearly increase in the number of women migrating to the North American country in the past 4 years. Between 2014 and 2017, some 6,300 female permanent residents were admitted to Canada from Jamaica. The High Commission believes the migration is because of economic, career, and personal reasons. It was a social media suicide. The Twitter account of People's National Party President Dr. Peter Phillips posting a poll that favored the government. It read, "Poll question of the day, are you better off today than 2 years ago?" The results: of the 419 votes, 63% of the respondents said yes and 37% said no. Way before the scheduled ending of the poll, Phillips's social media handler deleted the post, but not before Prime Minister Andrew Holness snapped a screenshot and started trolling. Screenshot of Holness's response soon started to make the rounds too, with WhatsApp users also helping to make it viral. But it's on Twitter that the ridicule was intense. Smarting from the social media jabs, Phillips's handler later posted a collage of the results of polls from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, declaring the majority said no. A screenshot showed 62% of the respondents on Instagram saying no and 38% saying yes. On Facebook, 95% of the respondents said no and 4% said yes. Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark has reported a 19% drop in poverty in Jamaica in 2016. According to Dr. Clark, this is because of increased employment and a reduction in the cost of living. He has cited data from the Jamaica Survey of Living Conditions indicating that poverty is at 17.1%, a 6-year low. Veteran Jamaican sprinter Karen Stewart is near the end of her track career. On Saturday, Stewart fought to hold back the tears after her final race on home soil. In that race, Stewart finished second to double Olympic champion Elaine Thompson in the 100 meters at the Jamaica International Invitational Meet in Kingston. It was the first time the 34-year-old was competing in Jamaica since the national championships in 2016. Stewart said it will be difficult for her as she ends her decades of competition, dating back to her time as a child and a St. Jago High athlete. And that's it for this edition of Jamaica Now, your weekly review of the big news stories. Send us your comments at onlinefeedback@gleanerjm.com. You may tune in to Power 106 FM for regular updates. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Jamaica Gleaner and on Facebook at Gleaner Jamaica. I'm Damian Mitchell, and before we go, reliving the moments with Karen Stewart, now at the end of her track career.